Hey guys, this is Paulina, and in this video we're going to learn about the past simple. Are you excited? Because I am. So, we have a lot of things to have a look at. First of all, we will see when we use the past simple, the verb to be in the past simple, regular verbs in the past simple, irregular verbs in the past simple, and finally we will learn about negative question and short answer forms in the past simple. So let's get it started. When do we use the past simple? Is the girl talking about the present or the past? Yes, you're right. She's talking about the past. She mentions a time in the past. What is it? Yay! Last year. You got it right again. Did all the events and feelings she mentions happen at the same time? Yes. Does this time period have any relation to the present, or is it finished or completed? No. The time period, last year, and the events are finished, completed. So when do we use the past simple? To talk about completed or finished actions in the past. She traveled in the past. The action is completed. She isn't traveling now. To describe states or feelings from a specific time in the past. She had these feelings at this specific time in the past, which is last year. And often used with past time expressions, which refer to specific times. For example, yesterday, last month, last year, last week, 2 days ago, a month ago, or with dates, for example, in 1997. So, it's time to analyze the verb to be in the past simple. Look at the continuation of the conversation above about Paris. Find examples of the verb to be in the past and complete the table. I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, you were, and they were. Now add the negatives. Look at the example first. I wasn't, you weren't, he, she, it wasn't, we weren't, you weren't, they weren't. Look at the example of a question in the conversation above. Do we use an auxiliary verb with the verb to be? No. We invert the subject and the verb to be. Here are just some examples. We make questions with the verb to be by inverting the subject and the verb. Look at the example below. Where were you? Were you tired? This is where inversion happens. Remember, there are two types of questions. Open questions, which need long answers, and closed questions, which need yes or no answers. We use short answers with closed questions. No, I wasn't, or yes, I was. Or no, you weren't, yes, you were. So, let's have a look at the regular verbs. Look at the conversation you read earlier. There are 3 examples of regular verbs in the past simple. Can you find them? What do we add to the verb to create a regular conjugation in the past simple? We add ed. Sometimes the spelling changes a little. Is there an example here? Yes, traveled. We double the consonant L when we add ed. So, we add ed to the verb to make a regular past simple conjugation. Here are some examples of regular past simple verbs. Notice how some verbs change in spelling. In travel, we double the consonant and then we add ed. An interesting fact, in American English, traveled only has one L. Verb ends in the letter E, so we just add D. And here the verb ends in Y, and it changes to IED. This doesn't always happen. For example, play, played. Usually, when Y is on its own at the end of the verb, that's when we change the Y into I. Okay? So, there are 3 different ways to pronounce the ed past simple ending. Let's look at this table again. Notice the 3 different columns. The pronunciation of the ed ending depends on the last sound in the verb. Verbs that end in a t or d sound, we add an extra syllable with id. Look at this example. Want, wanted. You see, it finishes with t. That's why we add the I sound. Verbs that end in an unvoiced sound, your throat doesn't vibrate when you make the sound, we add the t sound. There is no extra syllable. Like, liked. See, k is an unvoiced sound, so we add the t sound. Finally, verbs that end in a voiced sound, your throat vibrates when you make the sound, we add the d sound, and there is no extra syllable. For example, live, lived. V is a voiced sound, so we add the d sound. Now it's time to look at the irregular verbs. Look at this part of the conversation. How many irregular past simple verbs can you find? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 of them. Can you match the irregular verbs in the conversation to the infinitives in the table? Look at the example. Be, was where. Meet, met. Have, had. Eat, ate. Buy, bought. See, saw, and go, went. These are just a few examples of past simple irregular verbs. Make a list of all the different irregular verbs you find. You need to learn them. It is a good idea to write down sentences with irregular verbs, and you can write sentences which are funny or which are true for you. It will make it easier for you to memorize these verbs. So, it's time to look at the negative question forms. Look at the examples in the tables and complete the patterns with the boxes below. We got I didn't go to the party. We got subject, didn't, and an infinitive. Then where did you go? We got a question word, did, subject, and infinitive. Did you go to the party? We got did, subject, and a verb in its infinitive form. And finally, in short answers, yes I did, we use yes or no, subject, and did or didn't. We use the auxiliary verb didn't with I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. It doesn't change. We use short answers after closed questions. Yes or no questions, like this one. Did you go to the party? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. And now it's time to practice. Please complete the gaps in the past simple. Let's do the first one together. I never wanted to live in a big city, but I moved to New York last year. See? Want and move are regular verbs, so we add the ed. If you would like to do this exercise now, pause the video, because I'm going to show you the answers in a few seconds. Okay, I hope you're ready. So, when, this is a question, so we need the word did. When did Sophie go on holiday? A negative. I didn't see her before she left. Leave is an irregular verb, so be careful. Number 3. Laura was hungry, so she went to a cafe and ate a sandwich. 3 irregular verbs. Be careful. Number 4. Did you speak to your sister about your mom's birthday party? No, she wasn't at home when I called. And the last sentence. Chris and Glenn didn't buy anything, but I bought some new shoes. And that's everything for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in class. Bye!